All right. I'm here with Larissa Mills, the founder of the Mental Game Academy. Excited to have you, excited to learn. I've talked with you a couple of times now, and you met our friend Matt. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what it is you do at the Mental Game Academy and why you're doing this.
Well, I think it's because the way in which we have allowed phones to enter our lives. And we have seen kids on them, sitting with them, not moving, not learning, not enjoying anything, not making friends, not going out. And here I am at the opposite end of that, where we work with athletes and we need them to perform, right? The higher level athletes, especially pros or NCAA, there's this demand on them to perform, right? But our brains were kind of just our generation is just not equipping them right. That's all it is. It's really quick. So what we do is we know that athletes have been on phones for about 18,000 hours by 16, right?
Oh my God.
So adults, yeah, adults are 41,000 hours by no 22,000 hours by 41. Sorry, that's the last stat I had. So we have this gap where athletes, students, were learning all these social skills, communication, cognitive skills, and cognitive, I mean resilience, coping mechanisms, how to handle different people, how to handle someone who just ticked you off, how to handle your emotions when you just you just caused a run, in your baseball game. How do you come back from that? We've lost all those skills, and it's amazing because we know now with our research and with our programs, the athletes that go through our 8-week program, their phone time is 2 hours a day, and they are killing it in their sport. They're making the teams they want. They're getting captaincy. They're going pro. They're going on the Olympic team. It's amazing. And only 8 weeks, because we have a course that helps equip their brain in the gaps that they have lost from too much phone time. So scientifically, we figure out those gaps. And then by talking with them and teaching them the tools, they're like, I got it. I'm good. Okay, you got your wings now? Okay, you're good to go. Bye. And then they go and they fly and they're awesome because now they're like nothing. They feel like I'm in control of my phone, so I'm in control of my mind, but really it's the other way around. And then they figure that out, and then now they're calling me, going, "Oh my gosh, I just scored, and I just made a mistake, and then I used my tools, and I just made another goal." I'm like, "Who is this?" and, and honestly, I'm like, who is this? Because we have many athletes. They're like, oh, it's like Johnny Smith, whatever. Oh yeah, Johnny, yeah, Johnny. It's like I totally knew you were screaming on the other end of the phone, but we're really in this to make an impact because
Oh yeah.
sports are not sustainable right now. They're not sustainable, and we're truly not developing athletes effectively anymore. We're all in it for the win and the result, which actually burns out kids, causes problems with coaches. So we also consult baseball clubs, baseball organizations, MLB Ryan Laverne. We're so happy that he's so supportive of what we're doing. He's like, every kid needs this. Like, yep. So that's what our goal is here. So that's what we do.
Awesome, Larissa. And I'm the father of three teenage girls, and phone time has been an issue, to say the least. I'll tell you, I was we were at a Rockies game, and we were sitting there, and my daughters are sitting there next to me, and I'm sitting there enjoying a beer and a dog and watching the game, and I look down, and they're all three on their phones,
Yep.
Snapchatting.
Yep.
it and I don't even really understand what Snapchat is, to be honest with you. It just looks like weird pictures that you send people. But I'm like, what are you doing? We're here at the ballpark enjoying a baseball game.
I know.
What's going on?
It's their culture.
Yeah.
It's their new culture is all online, and it doesn't have much to do with us. And to pull them back from their culture takes a lot of discipline, but a lot of routine, and we can do it as parents. And it's amazing because here's the downfall of allowing kids to be on phones too much. What they're doing on Snapchat, and not just Snapchat, though, TikTok, Instagram, and gambling and gaming, all those things that draw dopamine and cortisol from our brain that make us want to go back to our phones is mostly about wanting to see what people are liking about us. This culture does not translate to the real world at all in any way, shape, or form. So how you make friends online is very different from how you make friends in person. How you maintain those relationships in person is not reflective of what's going on online. So they're losing huge gaps in their socialization, but in their communication. So what we recommend for parents who have athletes is, phones out of the room at night, biggest change ever. Setting up a phone routine, no phones at dinner. You get them 1 hour after dinner, no phone. We have no rules in the car. You're allowed to check it and then you got to talk to us. Like heaven forbid you talk to us. And now the kids actually find that they don't like being on their phones because it's too much. Right? Like they like the calmer brain. So we try and teach athletes that if you want to be revved up and ticked off and in yellow on your traffic light of emotions, fine, go on your phone. But here's the kicker. Your brain cannot perform at high levels of sport on yellow on your traffic light. Your brain can't work in sync like that. So we are going to play in yellow on your traffic light, and then you're going to make mistakes, not make good decisions, and you'll totally ruin your performance. So we help the athletes figure out to balance phone time. Routines are best, even for adults, right? So like we have lots of rules in our house and we generally follow them. Especially when you have athletes, they have to go to bed at night, right? They have to go to bed. And now we have NCAA athletes staying up till midnight and 1. That's impossible to sustain. You can't sustain that. You're going to get injured, a concussion, or you're going to be moved to the fourth line. I see it happen every day. So having the kid, being a parent is different than being a coach. And we do help coaches manage what is too much tech, what is dangerous for your team. Also, there are problems, how to avoid them, and how we can make your teams better. Because the teams that we work with, they're going top 3. So I'm really ecstatic because we've just lowered their nervous system and their dopamine and cortisol. So it's kind of like everybody's running around phone addicted right now. Everyone thinks it's anxiety, but it's not anxiety. It's the feelings of phone addiction. I want to go back on my phone. That phone makes me feel good. Well, yeah, it's dopamine. The only other thing that compete with that is oxytocin, which is just formed by love. And you need to give the hugs to your kids so they get it. That's how our brain does it. So we have really great discussions and debates in our leadership classes at MGA, kids who want to be captain. We have these great debates. So we debate, how do we get love? And everyone's trying to meet people online. I'm like, how do you get oxytocin though? How do you get that online? And you can't do it. If you feel good about yourself, don't go online. If you want to feel bad about yourself, go online. If you feel bad yourself, you want to feel worse, go online. It's very simple. The brain, whether or not you're aware, that your brain responds to every video that you watch, every comment. So
true.
Our brains are wiring negative, and all we do at MGA is sort of wire them to be productive, effective, and positive. How do we use our words to talk to ourselves as a weapon, as an athlete, and as a human? Because we believe in human first, athlete second.
That's really cool, Larissa. And it sounds like this program isn't just for athletes. Do you also do this for just kids who aren't athletes and parents who are like, man, this is a problem?
This is being taught now in schools as curriculum. We are now teaching it to teachers, believe it or not, because they're struggling with how to connect with this new athlete, this new student in front of them who is flippant, rude, can't focus. But I don't know if you know this. So my background was behavioral consulting in schools and teaching. And I decided that when phones went in the classroom, I can't compete with dopamine. I can't compete with the 33 kids wanting to be on their dopamine fixes. I want kids to be off and relaxed because then they're open to learning. If dopamine's in the room in a school, they could give a crap about anything else, but who's popping up what? Because it's that dopamine hit. They want a higher and higher hit, right? And
Yeah.
that's why we're also seeing higher and higher drug addiction rates, right? They're seeking a higher level all the
Oh,
time.
boy.
So, and then we do this for coaches. Coaches are probably, I'm seeing the biggest impact. They're like, I know how to coach baseball, but I am struggling with behavior, they say. I'm struggling with the athlete behavior, and I'm struggling with the parent behavior. And I'm like, well, imagine if we could fix it for you. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, in 8 weeks, we can help you manage it, manage your own pressure cooker of pressure and stress, but also how to work with athletes and the parents. So imagine if we taught you how to do all three. And now they're like, I wish we had this course on our coaching platform rather than like you can go and do all the drills and skills you want. But when you get to 16, it's all mental past that, right?
Wow.
Well, with the athletes, right?
That's
So
so cool. So true. And as a dad and a coach, I mean, those of you who know me and know I've been on the field for 24 plus years coaching, and it's I've seen the evolution, right? Because when
have
I
you
was in
what
college, we
have
didn't
you
have these.
seen, like in terms of behavior, Jason,
Yeah.
what have you seen change in the last 20 years?
Oh my God. The inability for these athletes to focus
Yes.
for minutes. I'm not even talking an entire practice.
I know, and if you can't be off your phone for another 4 hours during the day, how are you gonna be in a whole 9 innings?
Right.
Because if you go on your phone in between innings, here's the interesting thing. They're distracted by the phone, and it changes their brain immediately, and then you expect them to go perform, and then now they just saw that, I don't know, like, let's just say their girlfriend dumped them. No one liked their picture on Instagram, or now here's the other thing. Now that they've gone over to their phone, have you seen them actually struggle to get back in focus? It's their
Absolutely.
brain. Our brain takes 20 minutes to refocus again on something. That's a big waste of your time, right?
Oh, yeah, and I absolutely do not allow phones in the dugout. No,
Yay! Yay! I love it.
but this is really cool. So if you can, not even maybe a little bit longer than an elevator pitch, what is it exactly that you can provide to this community to these? Keep in mind, it's coaches, it's parents, it's
Nice.
people trying to level up their game and handle this. I mean, this is probably, if not one of the top most pressing issues right now with these young
It is
athletes.
at the top. Every sport that we go into, this is the pressing issue, is behavior. And this behavioral issues are now created from phones and parenting styles, right? The two are connected. So what we do in a nutshell is equip athletes mentally to be strong and help them balance their phone habits so they can reach their next level of game, whatever that might be. Another team, a showcase, an ID camp, to get drafted. That's how we can help. And we have kids who come to even a couple sessions and they're going to a showcase and nail it. They nail it. But we can also help coaches in the same way. So we're here to help you help your teams and to relieve your stress. And so that you feel you can connect with this new, it's a new digital athlete. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say that you don't have kids like, I'm going to date myself. Like we were outside playing 6 hours a night, right? Like Eric Lindros lived on my street. So we were all hockey and we played baseball and it was like 20 kids every day. He might have played more hockey, but that's why he is where he was, right? Where he got to. But we also learned all these other skills and we learned who we are. So in terms of what we do, we equip mentally, and we do their habits so that they can reach the next level of their game, whatever that might be.
This is fantastic stuff, and just like you, when we were kids, I mean, my mom said when the
The
light on the
lights went
side of the
on.
house turns on,
Yes,
you got to be home.
that's what I had too. And if I didn't get that, get this. This is how embarrassing it got for me. My mom had a cowbell and like a hockey bat, like kind of, but it was a triangle one too. And then all the kids were like, "Oh, your mom's calling you home," and like, "What are you, a cow or whatever?" And the kids today, we weren't sensitive to that because we had resilience to cope with the joke that they were making. We
Yeah.
wouldn't take it personally, and then we'd snipe back. Nowadays, people don't know how to do that, manage it,
Oh, yeah.
right? So we booked at home. As soon as the street lights came on, or the light went on, we had to like book at home. But our parents had no idea where we are, and we actually grew up more independent.
Yeah. 100%. I
Yeah,
I agree 100% with that.
yeah,
So true. Well, I have absolutely enjoyed this, getting to know you even so much better. Definitely want to check into your programs, not only for my boys and girls, but for these coaches and for my kids. So I love it. Is there anything else you want to add before
yeah. Like
we?
what we do is we typically you can go to the website, thementalgameacademy.ca. You can visit it. You get a discovery call with one of the coaches. You just email us, mentalgameacademy@gmail.com. And we like to talk to the parent and the athlete about what your concerns are. We want to help you directly because the faster we can do a program, it's 8 weeks, 1 hour a day for 8 weeks to change. Not one athlete has ever come out of here unhappy or not moving up. So that's amazing. And
That's
I have a
awesome.
100% parent approval rate.
Very cool. Yeah, well, I can imagine if you're doing what you're saying you're doing, there isn't a parent on this planet that wouldn't be happy with what you're
It's
doing.
amazing, and I make great friends with the parents. Like it's a village, right? Because I've been through difficult situations. I'm not a perfect parent, trust me. And our kids all have different brains, and I've had to really learn and adjust. And I'm here as a resource. I'm here to help. I'm here to direct you to someone who you might need further help to. But we are always open, and we do help sponsor teams. And so if you have a kid who needs help, just send them our way.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Larissa. That's going to be it for today, but I really appreciate you taking your time out of your obviously busy schedule to be here with me and share this information. Like I said, probably like you said, the top most pressing issue right now
Mhm.
with almost 100% of coaches.
Yeah, behavior is the number one concern. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Gotcha. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.